Hello everyone. Okay, we want to look at the tools that we'll be using throughout this basic training in fashion designing. We're going to be using thread. This is thread. We will be using, this is bobbin and bobbin case. Bobbin and bobbin case. Although if you go to all those people selling tailoring accessories, they call this reeler. They call this reeler and they call this shuttle. So if you get there and you say bobbin case, they might not understand. They call this reeler, which we use to reel the thread. You can see the thread is already reeled inside of it, and then we call this they call this shuttle. Although this is the bobbin case, they call it shuttle. This is supposed to be bobbin and the case for the bobbin case, but they call it reeler and then shuttle. These are office pin. We'll be needing office pins, or dressmaker pins. Dressmaker pins, you can use this as well. These are dressmaker pins. You can see, you can get it from the tailoring store. This is called tailor's chalk. This is tailor's chalk. We'll be needing it to mark, on the fabric, the allowances, the sewing allowances. We'll be needing the needles. That's the sewing needles that you will put on the sewing machine, depending on the machine you are using. You get the one that is appropriate for the machine you are using. So this is sewing needle. Okay, so for this black head that I'm using, I use size 18. So size 18 stroke 110, that's what I use. But depending on the machine that you use. So this is called seam ripper. That's if you make a mistake while sewing and you want to lose it, this will help you to lose the seam. It will help you to lose the seam. You can see the sharp edge. It's called seam ripper. You can get it at all this. You can get at the tailoring accessory stores around you. This is tracing wheel. This is tracing wheel. It's also tracing wheel. This is sharper than this one. So this is tracing wheel. You can use this on fabric because it's sharper. You can use it on fabric, this on paper, whichever way. You can get them at the tailoring store. This is French curve. This is French curve. It's French curve. This is French curve. You have to make all the curves. This is paper scissors. You must have two scissors. One scissors for cutting the fabric. This is fabric scissors, and the smaller scissors for paper, to cut the paper. If you use your fabric scissors to cut the paper, it will become blunt as time goes on, and you might not be able to use it very well to cut fabric. So it's better you have your fabric scissors separately and then your paper scissors separately, because we'll be cutting paper. So this is my paper scissors, this is my fabric scissors. We will need eraser to clean up any, while you are doing your pattern drafting, to clean up any error. You'll need your pencil. Pencil must always be sharpened before you start your pattern drafting. You need your sharpener. You need sharpener to sharpen the pencil. And this is ruler. This type of ruler, you will need it. This side is inches. This side is in inches. The other side is in centimeters. This side is in inches, and it's well defined, clearly defined. It's clearly defined. You can see one. This is cm side. This is 1.5, 2, 2.5 cm, 3, like that. And this is 1 inch here, 1.5 inch, 2 inch, 2.5 inch, 3 inch. Well defined, clearly defined. Okay, that's the ruler. You can use this plastic ruler as well if what you are doing is not that much. We have inches above, and then cm beneath. And then you can use a smaller ruler also if what you are doing is not that long or whatever. This has both inches and cm, and so this is called seam guide. That is when you are sewing. It is to guide the allowance you put on the fabric to ensure that it doesn't exceed the allowance you have put on the fabric. As we are sewing, I will show you how to use this seam guide. And then this is sellotape. That's when you are doing your pattern drafting. You might need to sellotape some things, some parts, and you know you will need it during pattern drafting. So paper sellotape, that's what you will need. You will need brown paper. You will need brown paper. You need brown paper for pattern drafting. You need your calico. This is calico. You need your calico for all the classwork that we'll be doing. You will need calico. You'll be needing calico. You can get all this at the tailoring accessory stores near you. So let me just go over them again. You need your calico. You need calico, or they call it teru as well. You will need it for classwork, as many yards as possible that you can get. You will need your brown paper for pattern drafting. You need brown paper for pattern drafting. You need your paper sellotape. While doing your pattern, drafting your pattern. You need this type of ruler. You'll need this, the plastic one. You'll need the bigger one. You will need seam guide. You need dressmaker pin, you know, to pin your fabric, your pattern to the fabric so that it won't be loose. You need this type of pin too, office pins, you will need it. And then this is pencil for pattern drafting, eraser and sharpener for pattern drafting, your fabric scissors and paper scissors, your French curve, your tracing wheel to trace your pattern on another brown paper, your needles, sewing needles for the sewing machine, your needle, whichever one is appropriate, your thread, you know, and then the reeler and the shuttle, or the bobbin and the bobbin case, tailor's chalk, seam ripper to loose your seam if you make any error, dressmaker pins, talked about it. You also need your tape rule. For body measurements. We have the inches at this side. We have the cm at the other side. You can see the inches from this metal, which is the beginning, to this place where we have one is 1 inch, and then this bold mark here in between 1 inch and 2 inch is half. So it's like, from, if you want to read from here, it will be 1.5 inch, and then 2 inches, and then 2.5 inch, and then 3 inches, and then 3.5 inch. This is 3 inches here, this is half, so 3.5 inch, and then 4 inches, like that. So once you see the mark between each of the inches is the half inch. This is just half. From here to here is half. From here to here is half. If you look at from the beginning, from this, you know, this metal is covering the beginning. So from this metal to this place is half inch. This is 1. From 1 to this place is half inch. From this half inch to 2 is half inch. So from this 2 to this half inch is half inch. From this mark to this is half inch, like that. So this is 1, this is half, this is 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3. So this is From here to here is half inch. 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 Let's go back to CM. The other back to CM. For the CM, you can see the metal is even covering the 1 cm. So, but this is this mark here is half. This is like 1.5 cm, and this is 2 cm. The bold line is 2 cm. The bold line is 2 cm, and then 2.5 cm. 2.5 cm. This is 3 cm. This is 3.5 here. This is 4 cm. This is 4.5 here. This is 5 cm. So this is half. In between is half. If in between the border lines is half cm, like that. So that is how it is.